I'm glad that you're interested in a career in HVACR, heating, ventilating, air conditioning, and refrigeration. And one of the things that you have to decide really early on in your career is what segment of the industry do you want to focus in? And there's a couple different ways to break it up. There's installation and service. Some people go into sales. But specifically today, I want to talk to you quickly about the difference between residential, commercial, and briefly, we're going to talk about industrial. And the reason why you need to know that is because it's very important for you to know your own interests and your own inclinations and your own skills so that way you end up in a portion of the industry that suits you. And that's not to say you can't start at one and move to another. It's not to say you can't get experience in one that will translate to the other. A lot of the principles are the same, residential, commercial, and industrial. If you learn about electrical diagnosis, for example, that will translate. The basic refrigeration circuit, airflow, all those things will translate from one to the other with some slight adjustments to it. First thing that you're going to notice is that most trade schools really focus on residential and light commercial. And there's a good reason for that. Residential and light commercial make up a really large percentage of the marketplace. And so, of course, if you're going to be trying to create a workforce, you want to create a workforce for the majority of the jobs that are out there. And so a lot of the skills that will be learned in a trade school are going to apply to a residential and light commercial type of application, which means that for the more complicated systems, more complicated, larger control systems that go along with commercial and industrial, a lot of that training is going to happen both from a combination of on-the-job training and also training from manufacturers themselves. But let's talk a little bit about the skills that are going to be necessary for you to actually be good at your job and to see if it's going to be something that's enjoyable for you. First off, let's start with residential. In residential, a big portion of it, if you're going to plan on getting into service, even if you don't start off in service, if your goal is to get into service, making repairs on air conditioning systems, then communication and customer service are going to be a really big piece of that. It's just part of the job. Most service technicians are expected to have conversations where they educate the customer about what's going on with their system, as well as talk to them about prices and expenses, which is kind of a touchy subject. A lot of us aren't natural at having conversations about money with people. And so as a service technician, you're going to be required to do that. If you don't have strong interpersonal skills, then you may want to look at a different segment of the industry, or you may want to develop those interpersonal skills. Residential service technicians tend to have a pretty big disparity in what they can make, because a big factor in what you're able to make as a residential service technician is how good are you with people. Because people who are good with people lead to more sales, which means you're more valuable to the company. As somebody who's constantly running into trouble with customers and coworkers aren't going to work well in residential because it's going to come up all the time. In residential, you tend to do many more small jobs. So you have a lot more customer contact. There's a lot more opportunity for conflict. Whereas in commercial and industrial, you tend to be on longer jobs for longer periods of time, larger equipment. There's less opportunity for some of those conflicts to occur. So if you're not good with people, residential may not be a fit for you. There's one caveat that I have to add in there on the residential side is that many people start in residential, but it's on the projects or installation side, which is a very different part of the trade. When I talk about the trade, I tend to focus a lot on service. But there is a whole other opportunity with doing the residential new construction side. It is not customer heavy. It is very workmanship heavy, and it tends to be fairly physically taxing. So a lot of people will start there when they're young, and then they'll develop into some additional skills and then eventually move into service. That's a very common path. But what has to change going from installation and projects on the residential side to service is that you do definitely have to have those strong interpersonal skills, as well as conflict resolution. You've got to be able to resolve conflicts, resolve issues when people are upset. On the commercial side, there's not nearly as much of the customer service element to it, but there is a lot more on the technical and a lot more on the mechanical side. You're generally working with larger, more dangerous machines. You have to be very attentive, and if you make mistakes, the costs tend to be much greater. And so generally speaking, those who go into larger commercial types of service jobs tend to be more technically adept. The benefit is that if you're more of an introvert type of personality where you don't like to interact with people all the time, then commercial is generally more suited to that sort of personality. You don't have to deal with as many conflicts. It's more you and the equipment. The downside is that if you're not a talented technician, then you and the equipment can be a problem because you're not going to have as much support. Generally speaking, you're often left sort of on your own in the commercial environments, and you're expected to solve very large and very difficult problems in certain circumstances. In general, with commercial, you're going to usually travel more in between jobs, and you're usually, meaning the distances will be greater, and you're usually going to spend longer periods of time at a single job. Often you may go back to the same facility many days in a row, or you may be at that facility for months at a time in some cases, depending on the sort of work that you do. With that being said, introverts who prefer the workmanship elements of the trade are generally more suited for commercial, and extroverts who enjoy the customer service aspects and the interaction side of it generally tend to be better suited for residential. Not that you can't do one or the other regardless of your skill, but it's just a matter of finding the fit that suits you. Another key thing is, of course, you have to find a company that fits you. Obviously, you may run into certain circumstances where you're doing residential because you're happy with the company that you're with, or you're doing commercial because you're happy with the company, regardless of your core preferences as far as the type of work that you're going to be doing. And that's okay, of course. But I would encourage you to think deeply about what part of the industry that you're getting into. I also want to finish off and mention industrial is essentially like commercial, only even more so. So the equipment tends to get even larger. And instead of cooling people or, say, product in a commercial environment like maybe a grocery store, a convenience store, a restaurant where we may be cooling food, in industrial, what you're doing is you're cooling, heating, dehumidifying, controlling the conditions for an industrial process, usually for manufacturing something in a lot of cases. And so that's a even more mission critical application in a lot of cases. The dollar amounts are very high, and so the value is great for somebody who's talented, but the stakes are also very high. Anytime you go into this larger, more complicated equipment, you really can't afford to make as many errors, and so the training becomes more important, and it's important to be that type of person who enjoys the details, who actually likes the trade and likes learning. And not to say that you don't need to keep learning even if you work in residential, but on the residential side, having a good personality does cover a multitude of sins, frankly. You can be somebody who is a little more outgoing, maybe not quite as nerdy, and can still get by pretty well on residential just because the equipment doesn't generally tend to be as complicated. Hopefully you found that helpful. We'll see you in the next video.